everyone, I'm going to show you some tips and ideas on how to pull off a brighter lip color. I know they can be a bit intimidating if you're not used to wearing it, so feel free to start off with something more sheer, but I am going to apply something bolder because I know you don't often see me in such a bold, bright lip, but I have been in love with it, especially for this upcoming spring 2012. Saw it all over the runways. It's definitely in trend. We are going to start off with this red lip, and you're also going to see a fuchsia lip towards the end, since I asked in my previous video if you'd like to see a red or fuchsia, and a lot of you guys want to see both of them, so we're going to show you both. Alright, so we're going to start by using this highlighting concealer. So we're going to get some under there and around the nose. Can do some right here. Around the mouth if you want. You could always clean this up later, you know, after you've done the lip. But we'll put a little bit now. Down the nose, just to highlight, and then a little bit right here. You can start applying this on some of those really noticeable spots. You could use your fingers to spread this all out, but I do have my foundation brush here. This one is like a little bit more dense than the usual foundation brush. It's like a little bit fuller, it's not as flat, so I don't know, it just feels nice and soft and it blends everything in really well. So we're just going to smooth all of this out. And you'll immediately see that this is already really brightening up my complexion. And then over the spots, I'm just going to dab it in. I still prefer my finger for the spots. If you don't really have much to cover, your skin's looking pretty good, you could probably even just go over with a foundation powder and just buff that in. Say you want a little bit more coverage, I would just suggest using something or applying it in a way that's not going to make it look too thick or heavy on your face. This is a tip. If you ever feel like any kind of lip color washes out your skin, your complexion, you can try using a foundation or powder that's a little bit darker, just because it's going to balance out the whole look. So this one's a little bit darker, but I'm just going to apply it in the area where I didn't do too much of the highlighting. So just smooth that out. And you can even blend it down to your jawline and your neck. I'm not going to completely like cover the highlight, but I'm just going to blend it in so that, you know, it's more seamless. I'm going to be using this face powder from Milani and this large fluffy brush. So it's going to help set everything and also give me a little bit more color. The parts that I want to be lighter, I'm going to leave those areas untouched. And then on the forehead, you can go down to the neck too. But of course I do want to set, you know, those areas where I did apply the highlighting concealer too. I'm just going to take this tapered highlighting brush. I'm just going to dab this underneath the eyes. Down the nose. It's pretty much going wherever I get shiny the quickest. You definitely want to set those areas. Okay, now similar to the idea of the lip color possibly, you know, washing out your face, same idea goes for the brows. So I'm going to at least tint them and just kind of give it some shape and color. I'm just going to go into this shade right here. Now we're going to prime the lids as usual. Apply that on the lid as well as a little bit underneath the lash line. And just smooth that out. I'm going to be using my Maybelline Sunbaked Neutrals palette that I love, and I'm going to take this large fluff brush from the Extravaganza line, and I'm going to go into this shade right here, which is kind of like a nude type of shade. I'm going to apply this all over the lid as well as underneath the brow. And then you can even just kind of meld everything together. It's just going to make the blending a bit easier. And I'm going to go into my blending brush and go into the kind of like warm medium brown shade right here. I like to apply this starting on the ball and then applying it to the outer corner and then start blending it up. It's just going to give our eye, you know, some contour, some shape. And then say you do want a little bit of shimmer just to brighten up the eyes, you certainly can do that. I'm just going to take the other side of the brush and I'm going to go into my CoverGirl Shimmering Sands Trio. And I love this color right here in the middle. I'm just going to pat this right here in the inner corner where we didn't really touch earlier. And you can even go like in this inner part of the eye too. just to brighten that up. I'm going to just use my Bobbi Brown gel liner. You can thicken this or keep it as thin as you want. I'm going to apply it a little bit thicker. I usually like to wing it out at least a little bit. You can do this if you want. Okay, so for right now we are going to keep it all really minimal, not really put anything dark underneath the eyes, but I will be doing that later just because I prefer that look. For most though, say you just want to keep it really light, really soft, you can use a nude eyeliner on the waterline to just brighten up the eyes. I don't like to have too much of this because sometimes it makes my eyes look smaller. So I'm just going to apply a little bit right on the center. And then of course we're going to curl the lashes and then apply mascara. I'm just going to apply a little bit underneath too. I'm going to go into my NYX blush in Taupe, and I'm going to use the tapered highlight brush that I was using earlier to set. So I'm just going to take that same brush and then I'm going to start right closer to the ear and then bring it downwards. So you'll see it just very lightly darkening that area. I do the same on this side. And then softly blending out the edges. I took some right at the tip and I'm just going to pinch it and I'm going to apply it down the nose as well. Just to contour the nose some. I'm going to take this Maybelline one in light nude and just take this large angled contour brush. So you don't have to wear a bright, you don't have to wear a peachy or blush or orangey blush unless you want to. Either way, just keep it soft, don't apply too much if you do want to. Okay, finally time for the fun part, the lips. I absolutely love matte lipsticks, and here are many reasons why. Because they are longer wearing on the lips, they're less likely to feather out. So say like you're wearing a really creamy lipstick and it can feather out. So since it doesn't feather out easily and it's so long wearing, I can even just pop this on without dealing with a lip liner. That cuts down on the steps. So that's the many reasons why I love matte lipsticks. You can apply this with a lip brush if you want for a cleaner line, or if it really has a nice pointed tip like this one does and you're just careful, you can just apply it on. Okay, so this is the first lip color and very daytime appropriate. I'm going to show you how I would actually prefer to wear it, whether daytime or nighttime. So first we're going to start off with some black eyeliner, and I am going to apply a tiny little bit on the waterline. I'm just going to dab it over a little. And then I'm just going to dab a tiny little bit on the outer corner underneath the lash line. I'm going to take the angle brush that I use for my brows and even just use that same brow shade. And then we're going to dab it right over where you just smudged, lined underneath the outer half here. And then lastly, if you're just feeling like, maybe the look's incomplete, if there's just something missing, lashes. Lashes are like heaven sent. Lashes just really finish a look. Now these are definitely a little bit more long and more dramatic. So what I'm going to do is actually snip these in half, right down the middle. And I'm actually going to take the inner corner, not the outer one, but the inner one that normally goes right here. I'm actually going to apply that on the outer half. I'm going to apply even more mascara. And then you can even apply a little bit more to the upper. Alright, so now here's how it looks, and I did go over the lash band with some black liner just to cover up the shininess of the glue after it completely dried. So here you go. I really hope you guys like this, and I'm going to show you a quick before and after of all these little changes I just did, so you can decide for yourself what you like better, but you'll probably see why I like this one better. But I did mention how I will show you the fuchsia lip as well, so we're going to do that right now. I'm going to take this off. I'm going to use this Wet n Wild Fab Fuchsia lip liner this time. Alright, now we're going to take the lipstick, and I'm just using this Makeup Forever one. It's a really bright fuchsia color. And I'm mostly just going to apply that on the center. We definitely do want to clean up the edges since I did wipe some of it off earlier from wiping off the rug. So I'm just going to go over just to clean everything up. And then just taking a concealer brush, I'm just going to blend it out. And just for the heck of it, why not just throw on a gloss as well? So I'm just going to put a little bit in the center of the lip. So there it is with the gloss. I definitely prefer it matte, but just to show you that you can do so many different things, whatever you prefer, and try out a bold lip color. It doesn't even have to be a fuchsia or red. It could be coral, orange, cranberry, whatever it may be. Try it out. Let me know how it works out for you, and I hope that you found this video helpful. Stay tuned for more videos. Bye guys.